Okay. All right. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Okay, hopefully you guys can hear me okay. All right, hi, I'm Coach Steve, and today we're going to do a 9-exercise, 3-round routine. It's going to be all body weight. You'll just need a mat. If you want to get some water, you can. And yeah, let's do this. We'll start with a little warm up at the beginning, 9-exercise, 3-round routine, and then a little stretch at the end. All right. So go ahead and get your legs a little further in hip distance apart, and we're just going to turn side to side. Warm up the spine. Warm up the shoulders. Try to twist those ankles a little bit. Just get those ankles loosened up. All right. All right. So go ahead back to center. We're going to go down. If you can touch the ground, go ahead and do that, and then stretch it all the way up. Touch it down all the way up. So if your range of motion doesn't allow you to get all the way to the ground, that's fine. Just go down as far as you can and bring those arms up. Warm up those shoulders. Warm up the legs. Stretch it out. Don't forget to breathe. Don't forget to smile. All right, let's do a couple more of those. All right, let's put our hands in front of our body. We're going to stretch up to the side and chop down towards our knee. Reach it up and chop. Get full extension of that back. Back warmed up. All right, let's go to the other side. All right, let's stick our arms straight out. Let's make some little circles with our arms. All right, switch directions. All right, for the next one, if you need to hold on to something, go ahead and do that. We're going to warm up our hip flexors a little bit. So you're going to raise your knee, bring your leg out to the side, and bring it around and back to center. Switch legs, bring it around to the side, back to center. Whoop. All right, let's do one more on each side. All right, back to center. Go ahead and take a deep breath. Get ready for, we're going to do bird dogs first, actually. So we need to get on the ground, onto all fours. All right, and for the first exercise, one arm's coming straight out and the other leg is going, opposite leg is going straight out. So arm out, leg out. Every time you bring your leg up, go ahead and squeeze the glutes, engage the hamstrings, lower back, you should feel that. those muscles tighten up as well. Don't forget to breathe. Keep those hands underneath your shoulders, those knees underneath your hips for those limbs that are staying grounded. All right, 10 seconds. And rest. All right, back up to our feet. We're going to do wood chops next. We did those for a warm-up, so put your hands together. If you want to use a little weight, you can do that too. Definitely not necessary. Bring it up to the side, chop it down. Try to bring that knee to a bend. Stretch it all the way up, chop it to your knee. We're going to keep it on the same side. We'll switch in after 30 seconds. If you need to regress this a little bit, just don't go as far down into that bend. Keep it a little more shallow. All right, switch. Sounds like the birds want to come play too. All right, 10 seconds. All right, for our next one, we're going to do plank rotations. So for our plank rotations, if you're not able to get onto the ground, go ahead and do that elevated, and you're going to rotate it up. Otherwise, we're going to get into a plank position and rotate it up. You can even do this off the wall if you need to. If you're unable to rotate like this, go ahead and just stay in that plank position. If you're unable to do a full plank, go ahead and do a knee plank. That's fine too. Try to keep those shoulders, hips, and feet in alignment. Remember why it's called a plank. Planks are generally straight, so try to keep shoulders, hips, and ankles in alignment. All right. All right, back up to our feet. We're going to do standing crab next. So for standing crab, you're going to put your arms out to the side. We're going to bring our knee up to our elbows, off to the side, working those hip flexors. You can really go at this if you need this to be a little more intense. If you need to regress it and you can only get your knee up a little ways off to the side, that's fine too. Go ahead and stretch your fingers out all the way. A lot of times we don't stretch those fingers out. Some of our most neglected muscles. So go ahead and stretch those out. Stretch those fingers out. 15 seconds to go. And rest. All right, let's get our legs a little bit further in hip distance. Go ahead and put your fists up by your chest, and we're going to do jabs today. So we're just going straight out, and we're going to jab. Ready? And go. Remember to get the most out of this. Try to change directions super fast. If you need to make this more intense, go a little faster. you need to regress it a little bit, just slow it down. But whichever way that you do that, try to get your hips involved too. So we're kind of coordinating our lower body and our upper body. Try to get those fists right in front of you and make them nice and snappy. Really lengthen that upper back out when you punch. All right, excellent. Next, we're going to do a deadlift. So you can do this with weight or without weight. You're going to get your legs a little bit, or just about hip distance. Put your hands behind you so you can roll your shoulders back and keep your chest out. You're going to bring it down, keep the back nice and flat, and bring it up nice and slow. You should really feel that in your hamstrings, lower back. Glutes. Really stick your butt out there. And again, if you wanted to progress this, go ahead and grab yourself some weights and add some weight, but try to keep your chest up, try to keep your eyes up when you go down. Just keep that back nice and flat. Keep the hamstrings, glutes, lower back engaged when you come down. Chickadees are making some noise today. All right. So next, we're going to raise the roof. So this is a shoulder endurance exercise. So we're going to put our arms up to the side and we're just going to raise the roof. All right, ready? And go. The first 30 seconds of this isn't too bad, but once we get past 30 seconds, you'll feel those shoulders start to fatigue a little bit. But we're working that shoulder endurance. Don't forget to breathe. You can go as fast or as slow as you want. If you need to progress this, go ahead and grab a few weights and use the weights. If you're going to try that, just keep it real nice and low, either 3 to 5 pounds to start to see how you do for a minute. Again, those first 30 seconds are usually pretty easy, but those last 30 seconds are tough whether you have weights or you don't have weights. All right, 10 seconds. All right, our next exercise is mountain climbers. So how do we regress a mountain climber? You can take a chair and go into plank position and just drive your legs like this if you need to. Otherwise, you can go straight down, get into plank position, and drive the knee. Do you want a chair or are you good?
Oh, this seems good. Okay.
Try to keep your butt down. Try to keep that nice alignment between your ankles and your shoulders. If you need to make this even harder, you can go faster with those legs. All right, 25 seconds. Don't forget to breathe. 10 seconds to go. And rest. All right. Back up to our feet. Our last exercise is a burpee. So, if you haven't done burpees before, I'll show you the regress. Ready? We're going to go down into plank position. Bring it back in. Stand it up. So go ahead and start there. If you want to add a push-up while you're down, you can do that. If you want to add a jump up at the top, you can. If you're really using this as a HIIT training, you can bring it down, jump it up, jump it up. Down, jump it out, push up. All right, one more burpee. And rest. All right, go ahead and grab yourself a drink. We have 1 minute in between sets. Whew. Burpees will get you heated up pretty quickly. All right, so a couple things you can do at this point. You can work on your breathing, kind of center yourself, take in a couple deep breaths. You can grab yourself a drink. Get yourself ready for round number 2. All right, let's get ready for round number 2. Let's get down onto all fours for our bird dogs. One arm out, other leg forward, and switch. Tighten those glutes, tighten those hamstrings, get that lower back engaged. Even if you want to progress this one, you can put small weights in your hands as well. Don't forget to breathe. If you do this with a partner, you can like do high fives. All right, back to our feet for wood chops. Whew. All right, hands together. Remember, go deeper with your knee inflection if you're able to. If you need to keep it shallow, that's fine too. Bring it up, chop it down. If you're able to lift off too, then you can make this a little bit into a balance exercise too. Little red breast nut hatch. All right, switch sides. That's a young one. He's not too scared of people yet. And rest. All right, we're doing our plank rotations next. So remember, if you need to modify this, we can do this off of a chair as well as off the ground. Or if you just want to keep it at a plank, that's fine too. All right. Again, this one does not have to be done fast, but try to maintain that plank position. Shoulders, hips, ankles, keep that in a straight line. Try to keep that butt down. I'm going to make this a core activity. When you bend your rear end up, makes it more of a leg activity and an arm activity. All right. right, 10 seconds. And rest. All right, back up to our feet. We're doing standing crab next. So arms off to the side. We're going to bring our knees up to our elbows as close as we can. Ready? And go. Go as fast or as slow as you need to. If your knee doesn't come all the way up to your elbow, that's fine. You know your range of motion. Try to push it just a little bit. If you need to hold on to something instead of having both arms up, that's fine too. We want you to try to get those legs off to the side as much as possible. Stretch out those fingers nice and wide. All right, 15 seconds. All right. All right. Our fight move is next. So get your legs a little bit wider in hip distance. Get a little bounce in your knees. Get your fists in front of your body. You can sway a little bit back and forth. And we're jabbing forward. Make it snappy and go. And again, you can go as fast as you need to go. Or you can slow it down if you need to. Try to keep those hips involved. It's a good weight shifting exercise. 15 seconds. And rest. Whew. All right, we're off to our deadlift. So get our legs a little bit further than hip distance. I like to put my arms behind me so I can keep my shoulders back. We're coming down, hinging at the hips. You should feel those hamstrings, lower back and glutes get engaged. Bring it back up nice and slow.
Are knees bent?
Back. You can bend them just a little tiny bit. You can bring your feet in just a tiny bit closer to you. There we go. So really feel that in your hamstrings. All right, 15 seconds. Starting to drizzle again. All right. Excellent. Shoulder endurance exercise next. Raise the roof. So put your arms at 90 degrees. And we're pushing up for a minute. Ready? And go. Again, go as fast or as slow as you need to. If you need to add weight, go ahead and do that. But like I said before, keep it very low weight until you've done this a few times to see what your shoulders can handle. You want to make it for a minute, so whatever you need to do for a minute, do it. All right, 20 seconds. And rest. All right, we got mountain climbers next. So again, you can do those mountain climbers elevated, or you can do them straight off the ground. So go ahead and get into plank position. Ugh. Drive those knees forward. If you need to make this more difficult, really go at it. Make those legs go as fast as you can. If you need a break, just stay in that plank position, whether it's elevated or off the ground. All right, 20 seconds. All right, and rest. We're back up to our feet. Our last exercise is the burpee. All right, here we go. This is our last exercise in this round, and it's a burpee. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll show you all the variations as we get started. Walk it out, walk it back in, stand it up. We can walk it out, do a push-up, bring it back in, stand it up. We can also step it out, do a push-up, jump it back in, and jump it up. So wherever you need to go to make this burpee happen for you, let's do it. And rest. All right, good job. Round number 2 is over. Let's go ahead and take a few deep breaths. These burpees kind of take it out of you if you do the full jumping burpees. Grab a drink if you need to. Get ready for round number 3. Remember, it's important that you do exercise all throughout the day. So take some of these exercises that you learned today or that you relearned and incorporate them through your day, just so your body knows that you are going to maintain activity all throughout the day. All right, let's get down on the ground for bird dogs again. All right, ready? One arm out, the opposite leg out. Squeeze those glutes each time. Really squeeze them. Activate those glutes. Activate that lower back. Activate those hamstrings. And rest. All right, we are back up to a standing position. We're going to do our wood chop, so let's put our hands together. And we're going to chop all the way down to our knees, so let's activate our lower body too. So stretch it up, chop to the knee. Bring it up, chop to the knee. We'll switch at 30 seconds. Don't forget to smile. Just give yourself some good chemicals when you smile. Do that first thing in the morning. All right, switch sides. Try to get full extension on those arms going up. Bend that knee coming down. Use your own range of motion. Some of us are able to go a little bit deeper. Some of us not as deep. And rest. All right, we're going to do a side plank next. So remember, if you need to do that off of a heavy piece of furniture, go ahead and do that. I'll do a few of those to begin. Ready? And go. Rotate it up. Concentrate on keeping a nice straight plank from your shoulders through your hips all the way down to your ankles. I'm going to move down to the ground. Open up those fingers nice and wide. We forget to stretch those fingers and exercise our fingers, so go ahead and do that. Nice and easy, and rotate. All right, 15 seconds. And rest. Whew. All right, we're back up to our feet for our standing crab. So you can do little crab pinchers if you want on this one. I forgot about that. First, give a couple rounds. Ready? And go. Bring those knees up as high as you can. You know, depending on your flexibility, you may be able to get those knees up really high. You may be able to just get them out, but concentrate on turning, opening up your hip flexors as you turn side to side. With our goal being that our elbows and our knees make contact with each other. Good job. Keep it up. 20 seconds. This is a good balance exercise too, because you really have to concentrate on staying on one leg. And rest. Okay, next we got our fight moves. So go ahead and get your legs a little bit further than hip distance apart. Get a little motion in your hips. Get your fists in front of your chest. Ready? And go. And again, for this one, go as fast as you're able to, but keep it nice and snappy. Don't forget to breathe. Exhale. Focus on that breath. You got this. Keep it up. This is a good cardio exercise. You really get it going. All right, 20 seconds. All right, and rest. All right, good job. Next we got deadlifts. So again, if we do them without any weight, get your feet shoulder width apart, hands behind your back, hinge at the hips, bend those knees ever so slightly, and bring it back up. Really feel that in your glutes, really feel that in your lower back. Keep your chest up, keep your eyes up. You can feel that in your hamstrings too, especially when you're in this position. Bring it back up. All right, almost there. All right, and rest. Remember, as we go through this last set, think about what you're grateful for, whether it's getting up in the morning, whether it's getting your butt to class. Let's put our arms up to the side, raise the roof. And again, you can use little weights for this exercise too, if you'd like. It's definitely not necessary. As you get 30 seconds in, you're going to get a little bit of shoulder fatigue. All right, you got this. This is our last raise the roof for today. All right. It's a beautiful day here where I am, nice and cool. As you can tell from the sweatshirt. All right, 15 seconds. You can make it. And rest. Whew. All right, we got mountain climbers next. So remember, you can do these from an elevated position by making a plank position here, driving the knees forward. Okay, I'm going to go down to the ground and go. All right, keep driving your knees, 20 seconds to go. All right, let's get back to our feet. All right, we got our last set of burpees, and then we'll stretch it out for the day. Again, do burpees your way, whether it's elevated all the way to the ground and anything in between. All right, ready and go. I'm going to do an elevated one first. All right, then I'm going to go onto the ground. Just do a training burpee. All right, next I'm going to do burpee with a push-up. So I'm going to do a burpee with throwing my legs out. And next I'm going to do a burpee, throwing my legs out and jumping up. All right, we did it. We did it. We did it. All right. Let's take a couple deep breaths. Try to regulate that heart rate a little bit. All right, let's bring those hands up over our head. Flip your arms over. Get a little wider base with your legs. Let's lean it over to the side. All right, let's bring it over to the other side. All right, that feels really good. Let's roll out our hips. So concentrate on when you roll out your hips that you're stretching your leg muscles as you go around. So you're really hitting all of the muscles as you go around. Push out those hips. All right, let's go the other direction. Nice and easy. All right, let's roll out our shoulders. Concentrate on pinching the shoulder blades in the back and expanding the chest. Then pinch the chest, expand the back. Roll it out. Open up the hands. All right, let's stand up straight and let's just do some calf raises and some toe raises. If you need to hold on to something, sometimes this will throw your balance off. So go ahead and hold on to something, keep your balance. This is not a balance exercise. We're just trying to lengthen out our shins, our muscles around our shins and our calves. All right, everybody, we did it. Thanks for coming. I really appreciate it. Go ahead and click the button down the bottom if you want to get this content as soon as it comes out. And this is Coach Steve signing out.